ചന്ദ്രനില്ല. Das has given us this article that I'm summarizing here. In sports parlance, there is no respite. The year 2026 is going to be a sports heavy, mind boggling year that would give fans hardly any time to resuscitate. The year will begin with the Hockey India League, HIL, India Open Badminton, T20 Men's World Cup, followed by the ever popular Indian Premium League until summer. This will be followed by the planet's most watched and followed sports football World Cup in the US, Canada, and Mexico. The Women's T20 World Cup, Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, Badminton World Championships, the regular dose of football leagues, the F1, tennis Grand Slams, the list goes on. It's a heady year. So for India, the year 2026 also assumes significance because of two of the most important multidisciplinary events after the Olympics, Asian and Commonwealth Games. The Sports Ministry, in consultation with the Indian Olympic Association, has decided to send a full-fledged team to the Asian Games because there are non-Olympic sports where India can win more medals. There are other reasons too. The truncated Commonwealth Games in Glasgow from July 23rd to August 2nd would have been just another games had it not been for India hosting it in 2030 at Ahmedabad. So there will be just 10 disciplines this time because of a lack of budget and also time since Glasgow agreed to host after Victoria withdrew and other nations like Malaysia did not show interest. Of the 10 sports, athletics, swimming, basketball 3 into 3, netball, boxing, gymnastics, lawn bowls, track cycling, weightlifting and judo integrated with para sports, India are good in select sports. India dominated in weightlifting and won medals in boxing, lawn bowls, athletics and judo. When it comes to Asian Games, India would want to show their continental supremacy in certain sports. Ahead of the Los Angeles Games in 2028, the stage would be perfect for players to test themselves and move ahead. For national sports federations and the Sports Authority of India, the monitoring and the funding agency, it will be the best platform to assess and bring in changes as required. Shooters aim for more. Shooting has been on an upward curve and would be the sports to watch out for this year as well. Going by the National Rifle Association of India, NRAI, High Performance Manager Ronak Pandit, at least one medal in every event India participates would be the goal. In fact, shooting was one sport where the country excelled. Ronak says it is a reflection of the process that has been in place for a while. For 2026, the bar has been set a bit higher, and he hopes by the end of the year, at least 4 shooters qualify for the Olympics. Going by our form in the last year, I would be hoping that India win medals in every event that they participate. He tells this daily. He says that the trial process for the Asian Games will start from January. It will continue till May. So this is an extremely important year because Asian Games and the quota competition and the World Championships both are in this year, which is the end of the year. But it is very important that in the beginning you have to maintain your form so that you can actually qualify to be in the team. First half of the year, you have to be in form to make it to the Asian Games. And the second half of the year, you have to actually perform and deliver medals and Olympic quotas. Ronak believes with last year's work, everyone is quite prepared technically. It's all about trusting whatever you have learned and stick to a plan. And planning is going to be extremely crucial this year. He says, as for his aspiration, he says, I would like nothing less than a medal in every event in the Asian Games. In most of the Olympic events, we should win 2 medals in one event, like in the World Cup final and the World Championships also. So Ronak says there will be policy changes only if it is required. Depending on the need, as ISSF changes rules or introduces new rules, we have to make certain tweaks. We will be flexible because we have a goal in mind, he says. So the NRAI has already published selection criteria so that there is no ambiguity later. More or less, by and large, the policy is going to be the same. Asian Games policy has already been made last year and has been announced, so people know well in advance what to expect. In the World Cup and World Championships, you don't have an issue of the common shooter. If you have 5 events or 3 shooters per event, then 15 shooters can go. But in the Asian Games, if you have 5 events and 3 shooters per event, there is a cap of 12 players. I am just giving you an example. Now, in the Asian target in athletics is one such sport that would be looking to consolidate their continental supremacy during the Asian Games in Nagoya. The federation has already planned their year and would be concentrating on select event for the CWG and would participate in almost all the disciplines in the Asiad. For AFI, the 2026 would be a year that they would like to dominate in javelin and relays, men, women, and mixed in 400 meters. For Asiad, India would want to test their 4 into 100 relay teams, men, women, and mixed. Former AFI secretary and top official Lalit Banot has revealed as much. As for our aspiration to 2026, we would like to dominate in javelin and relays for both the games, he says. As for CWG, we will be concentrating on select events like javelin, jumps, relays. But in Asian Games, we will be competing in almost all events. In men's from 100 meters sprints, 400 meters, 3000 meters steeplechase to decathlon. Even in women's too, it could be the same. As for the 4 into 100 meters relay teams, he said they will be trying to do well at the Asian Games and everything goes as per plan. If everything goes as per plan, then this could be another program for the Olympics along with 4 into 400 meters. Athletics did have a horrendous year when it comes to doping, topping the charts once again. On this, the AFI official says that they have been working towards it through their strict policies and education to athletes. AFI is one of the first federations to penalize coaches for athletes' doping offense and will continue to strictly monitor athletes. Foreign coaches for grapplers. Wrestling has had a forgettable 2025, especially in the senior circuit. One only silver lining was Antim Pangal's medal at the World Championships. For wrestlers, the 2026 would be important to make a decent comeback and set a platform for the Olympics in 2028. The Wrestling Federation of India (WF) is aware of this. WFI chief Sanjay Singh said they are planning a year-long national camp to maintain some kind of continuity. Asian Games is very important as this will give us a clear picture of where we stand and what we need to do to achieve the goal. Singh tells this daily. Singh reveals that a series of measures will be taken to strengthen training program for next year, including hiring of foreign coaches. For all three styles, the process has already started. Their tenure will be till they shared and could be extended with mutual consent and depending on the performance of our wrestlers. Apart from that, a national camp of more than 270 days will begin in January. It will continue till Asian Games. The national camp has been approved in the WFI's annual calendar for training and competition ACTC submitted to the Sports Authority of India. Singh says that the relaunch of the Pro Wrestling League in January will also help the WFI in preparing wrestlers for the games. The league gives exposure to Indian wrestlers as they compete against the world's best. They also get an opportunity to watch these athletes prepare from close quarters, he says. Boxing, badminton and boxing challenge to India's top sports like badminton and boxing. For these sports, the year 2026 would be of immense importance. This is because in badminton it was a modest show, while for boxing it was good for women but mediocre for men. Boxing is part of both Commonwealth and Asian Games. As for badminton, the year 2025 was a bit stagnant, and with bigger goals, the Badminton Association of India would be looking to bolster their bench strength. Lakshya Sen and the double stars of Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy, and Chirag Shetty would once again lead the charge with Kidambi Srikanth and H.S. Pranoy as supporting cast. Though PV Sindhu is aging by badminton standards, one cannot rule her out. What remains to be seen if the next crop of shuttlers like Unnati Huda, Tanvi Sharma, Ayush Shetty, on whom the BAI is banking, would deliver. The Asian Games, considered tougher than the Olympics, would put them to test. The World Championships, to be hosted in India this year, would be the stage that they would love to shine in. Boxing has been a mixed bag, but 2026 will be crucial for both men and women with CWG and Asian Games. After the Nationals, we have the Asian Championships. We are closely going to be observing each and every boxer, see how they perform, and move ahead accordingly. Then we have the CWG and the Asian Games. We have three big events, says Pramod Kumar, Boxing Federation of India, BFI Secretary General. We will do well in Asian Championships, and there are all signs that we will do well in CWG too, both women and men. I'm sure we'll win at least 5 or 6 medals in the Asiad boys and girls events. The archers are ready too. Archery would be looking at the Asian Games with a lot of expectations. They too have their bow and arrow fixed for 2026. The next year will be a historic one in compound archer Jyoti Surekha Venam's decorated career. Already in Kolkata for the Asian Games trials, Surekha is optimistic of a strong show when the Asian Games begins in September. So that was a nice sports item that we looked for about for the new year, what is going to be happening in the sports world. So let's have a look at the table here that has been given to us with key biennial and quadrennial events schedule. 2026 may be the year of stars and more history. Starting off with the men's T20 World Cup, Suryakumar Yadav and company are expected to defend their title in front of the home crowd. Will Lionel Messi help Argentina defend their FIFA World Cup title? Can Harmanpreet Kaur lead India to glory again in the T20 World Cup? Will India improve their medal tally in both Asian and Commonwealth Games? Mark your calendars for some unmissable tournaments. So ready to rock and roll. In football, we have the group stage and the rounds, different rounds. So FIFA, WC, and then you have USA, Canada, and Mexico. So in group stage, you have that is June 11th to 27th, round of 32, June 29th to July 4th, round of 16 is July 4th to 8th, and the quarterfinals is in July 10th to 12th. Then you have the SF's semifinals, which is in July 15th to 16th. Then you have the third place playoffs, which is on 19th July, and then the final, which is on 20th July. Now let's look at hockey, shall we? But then before that, we'll just finish off with the football things. That is the top 4 leagues. English Premier Leagues from August 22nd. The Spanish La Liga is TBD. Italian Serie A is from August 23rd. German Bundesliga is from August 28th. The UEFA leagues are from May 20th, which is the 25th or the 26th. Europa League final May 27th is 25, 26 is Conference League final. May 30th, 25, 26 is the Champions League final. From September 8th, you have the 25 or 27 Champions League. From September 16th, you have the 26 by 27th Europa League. In hockey, Jan 3rd to 27th is a Hero Men's Hockey Indian League, Chennai Ranchi Bhubaneswar, February 10th to June 28th. You have the FIH Hockey Men's Pro League, which is Rourkela, Hobart, Rotterdam, and London. March 8th to 14th, you have the FIH Women's World Cup Qualifier, Hyderabad. April 2nd to 12th is 16th Junior Men National Championship, which is in Rajgir. September 1 to 12 is the 16th Junior Women's National Championships. It's in Uttar Pradesh. On October 15 to 26 is the 16th Senior Women's National Championships in Kollam. November 15th to 21st is the 16th Senior Men's Championship. It's in Bhubaneswar. So there are lots of things going on here. You have tennis, you have athletics, you have chess, Formula One, and then you also have cricket, of course, and shooting, badminton, archery, all of that is here. We'll go into more of that later.